All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak And we say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahashem,
So
Rachak
as a
And we give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders at Great Millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahbashim Yahushai. 2023 is flying by. We're already in July. The hopeful year that Yahbashim Yahushai fulfills all the promises, or fulfills all the prophecies. Let's jump right into this video. I was just watching. I watched these shorts. You see that comes through the feed, and you can just notice certain things, and just waiting, seeing where the spirit will lead you. So I'm gonna play this quick short, and just to show you, we're in perilous times, man. When the saying of our King Yahushua, when he said it, he said, "This is not our world. This is truly not our world, because the Lord has set it up and made our choice very easy. Okay, that we are choosing
How old are you now?
to choose life instead of death. This is he that wandereth out the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." That we're watching a big lesson. The Lord, that's why it says he made the creature subject unto vanity. We're learning something. We have to learn and see what the Lord is speaking through us, speaking through these things that are happening in these last days. So I'm going to play this clip, and this will show you the epitome. That's why Eve was the one that fell under the serpent's bite, all right, and brought it to her man. So this is a prime example through history that women have been at the short end of the stick when it comes to faith and having that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, because look, now we're in a time where women have the most power that they've ever had in history. We've had women rulers, but there was always somewhat of a masculine energy that came with that. Now we have a full out attack on masculinity, having that a solid mind when it comes to family, morals. All those things are being looked down upon, or even outlawed, or even people are disgusted by it. To be a man is a terrible thing in this world. So I'm gonna play this clip, and I'm gonna go through few precepts, and you should see by this, because this guy right here, he looks like one of the Latin tribes. He said something that really hit home when he said it. Was like, damn, we're watching a society crumble, and you can tell it by watching these women, but it's a lesson in it that we're learning. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this.
Do you think the guy that you want is how old are you now?
22.
Do you think the guy that you want is going to want you when you're 30 after doing OnlyFans for 8 more years?
My priority is not a guy, it's me.
You don't want to start a family?
I need my peace right now.
There's no family in sight for your future?
If it happens that I have my partner that is going to support me, that is not never going to stop me in my dreams, if I love myself enough, I will love you.
Listen, love myself enough. See that? Listen to that part. That's the part we need to catch. Listen again.
Stop me in my dreams. If I love myself enough, I will love you. But
Wow. That's, I think they would define that as narcissism, but this is what OnlyFans does to women. They get so much attention right now, it doesn't matter at all about a family. It's like, maybe I'll find a guy, I don't care what he thinks.
That's why it says that women don't love, men love. Men are the one that falls in love. All right. That's why if you look in history and look in the times of the ancient world, the Lord would say, go and get a possession. It's just like a car. A car doesn't have any, let me put this, a car doesn't have any, what does it say? Any loyalty. A vehicle doesn't have a loyalty. A vehicle, you could like your vehicle, you could love your vehicle, but your vehicle somebody else can get in and drive. Your vehicle doesn't have an ejector seat and say, I don't want this person. I don't know who's driving me. Let this person get out. You can have your friend drive your car. All right. There's no loyalty there. That's why the Lord said, if you getteth a woman, you getteth yourself a possession. All right. Because their mindset runs just like a possession. Like, it doesn't matter, because having a man and a family is what they're made for. Okay. That's what they're made for. They're not made to lie and be promiscuous. Even science and health tells you that if a woman has a lot of intercourse, you're putting DNA in your body. You can't get that DNA out. It's in there. Okay, it's in there. That's why women, if they lost their virginity before the time of their promise, they would be confined to a life of whoredom, a prostitution, if you want to say that. Now women are doing it openly, and it's something that they're making money off of. They made money in prostitution in the ancient world, so it's nothing new. All right, so let's listen what more of this.
He's gonna have to love me because I love myself.
Let's
All
play it
about
right back.
narcissism, but this is what OnlyFans.
Let's play it back.
But
Wow.
to stop me in my dreams. If I love myself enough, I will love you. But
Wow. That's I think they would define that as narcissism, but this is what OnlyFans does to women. They get so much attention right now, it doesn't matter at all about a family. It's like maybe I'll find a guy, I don't care what he thinks. He's gonna have to love me because I love myself. You don't care about the man that you want to have kids with, but it doesn't even matter. Like right now, you're getting so much attention, it doesn't cross your mind to have kids, which is insane. How many girls in their 20s think this way because they're getting some money and attention from Sims Online? That's the collapse of society in real time. When women are prioritizing attention and money over having a family, then everything is going to crumble.
How old are you now?
See, so he said that's the crashing of society in real time, and that's what we're witnessing. This is the generation that is the Lord is going to use to make the point of wickedness. It doesn't flourish. Nothing comes out of wickedness. Nothing comes out of lawlessness. Nothing comes out of the Lord gave these women opportunity to live their best life, put their best foot forward, and show the world what they really are about when they have an opportunity. You know, they want to say that the Most High is in the ancient world, women were oppressed. They were lorded over, you know, but the Lord gave it opportunity, said, okay, let's see what you do with power then. What did they do? OnlyFans, promiscuous, spreading venereal diseases. That's a lot of spread of, that's where, because let's say how this disease is spreading, because who's having more sex? Women are. Women, they have 30, 40, 50, somewhere in the hundreds of body counts. That's a high. Men, it takes a lot for a man to get that high of a body count, especially in these times. Okay, because you have to do above and beyond, or if you're an NBA star or something like that. But then guess what? Those men are sleeping with the same collective of women. All right, and you're seeing the spread of diseases, spread of different what's the name of that? HPVs and all these things that affect women. So we're witnessing what they did with their, just like Esau with his blessing. He technically has his blessing. You have the fatness of the earth. You have the kingdom of heaven. You're in your heaven, and what is he doing with it? CERN, GMO, all these other things that are killing the earth, pollution. But then he's fighting for heaven, but he doesn't realize he has it in his possession. Just like these women are fighting for rights. You have utmost rights right now. You have more rights than in the ancient world. In the ancient world, you'd be somewhere in the field or tending to the family, and you would have no choice. But now you have your heaven, your rulership with Esau, okay, Eve and the serpent. And what is happening? Especially you Negro, Latino, and Native American women. You're showing
You think the
your
guy that
ass
you want
off,
is going to
man.
want you?
You don't want to have a family. You're not made to sleep around and to have this promiscuous life. That's not what you were made for, man. You have a womb for a reason. Women in the ancient world would die if they couldn't have a child. We see the situation with Abraham and Sarah, all right, and Hagar. We see that, okay? We see what happened with that situation, that Hagar bare forth a seed, bare forth a child, and she was mad about it. So the same thing now, women should be upset that they can't have a family and tend and be a woman and nurture it, okay? That's the society we live in. But let's go ahead and get these precepts, and we're going to close on out. We're not going to make this long. You already see the madness that we in, man. That's why the Lord has to come and fix everything back to its rightful state, because this world that we live in currently is killing itself. It's dying. It's eating itself from the inside out. There's no more morality here. If you a man, we got to bet for the world to come, man. Why you think men are leaving? The spirit is leaving Babylon. That's the spirit. It's just not, they're hopping on. That's a spirit that's coming on a wide sense of there's something going to come here where this land is not going to be inhabited. And the women that are left here that are promiscuous, that are living their best life, hot girl summer, you're going to be hot girl summer, all right. You're going to be hot, just period. No summer involved, just hot, because those thermonuclear weapons don't care about OnlyFans. They don't care how cute you think you are. They don't care what your career wants to be. If you don't have a man and you're not under protection, or you're allotted to be saved for childbearing, because that's what the women that are delivered in these times are going to be saved for. Childbearing, going back to the basics, going back to to what does it say, the bread and butter of life. You're gonna have children, you're gonna tend to the house, you're gonna knead the dough, you're gonna make clothes, and that's it. Because men, and especially men now that are learning the ways, we've conquered and learned the ways of these women. Just like Yahushua, when he was on the scene, he didn't have it. He didn't deal with no woman. He conquered it. As Solomon, man, he learned that women got him clipped when he was Solomon. So he stayed away from them because he knew, he's not saying, oh, the Yahushua don't want to deal with no woman. He does. He's an originator, a maker of women. He helped create women. But what you see happening now is that there is a mindset of concentrate on what you need to do, man. Okay, if the Lord gives you a little something, okay, deal with it accordingly, and do it with prayer, and do it with attention. Scopeo it, always scopeo. Never let your guard down, man. All right, always scopeo. That's the best way to be. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's hit this Proverbs. This is Proverbs 30 and verse 20. Let's go ahead and start. And it says, this is Proverbs 30 and verse 20, and let's start at 19. And it reads, it says, the way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon the rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, the way of a man with his maid. Okay, that's why you join into one flesh. You're not supposed to be in a situation with a man and another man and his woman, because guess what? That's a man arguing with his own flesh. There's nothing you can do. That's a part of his make. Verse 20, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Just like this gentleman is talking to this girl, and he's clearly
for 8 more years.
He's
My
clearly
myself
clearly
enough,
giving
I
her
will-
games to say, look, you're in the prime of your life. You're because women having children young, that's when the babies come out stronger. You have more nutrients in your body. You have more energy. You have more vitality in your body to give to that baby and give to that child. When you're a woman of age, guess what? You don't have your body's used up a lot of nutrients, and then now we live in a world where it's so deficient that you have to get all the things you have to try extra hard, and even then you're not getting the nutrients that you really need because we live in a GMO world, man. So he's giving her, and so she's wiping her mouth and saying she ain't done nothing. But this woman would try to be, because she's a harlot pretty much, but they're trying to paint themselves as, oh, well, I can be a woman. No, you can't choose those paths, man. You either gonna be a woman, wait for your man, give him your virginity, and that be your husband. You can't go and get 40, 30, 80 bodies, sell yourself out there, and then want to settle and have the same perks that come with a decent woman, a so-called modest woman. It don't work like that, because that thing does, even if you're on OnlyFans, that still does something to your psychology. You can lie to others, you can't lie to yourself. Yourself knows that you are giving pieces of yourself to these men for money, for filthy lucre's sake, man. Okay? Read it again. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. For 3 things the earth is disquieted, and for 4 which it cannot bear. For a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. For a servant because what is a woman? A woman is a helpmate. A woman is supposed to be your servant. Same thing with Esau. Esau's supposed to be a servant. That's why if you go to the Rothschilds, their name is Bauer. They're always supposed to, because that goes back to the blessing of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, Isaac said that the blessing that came to Jacob, that his brothers shall serve him, man. So the same thing we seeing now. The women are supposed to be under us, servants unto us. Now they ruling. Look what's happened through that. Promiscuousness. That's a promiscuity. Hey, that's a new one. Let's see if that pull up on Wikipedia. And it says, for an odious woman, when she is, let's look up that word odious. Let's look up what that word means. The word there is shani, or shawana, shawanaya, shawayana. And it says what? To hate, be hateful, hate. A man, hater, one hating, enemy. So let's read it. For an hateful woman, when she is married, and an handmaid that is heir of her mistress. Keep going. There is four things which are little upon the earth, but they are exceedingly wise. And ants, it says, the ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer. See, going into preparation. All right, but that's another subject, another time. That's a bad verse. But let's go here. This is the book of Proverbs 5 and verse 6. This is Proverbs 5 and 6. And it reads, lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. See, let me go here. Let's go right here. This is verse 4. But her end is the bitter, Salakia, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. We know that this right here is going into something else. But if you see the fact of these women being left to their own devices has destroyed them, man. They haven't got nothing out of this but just losing pieces of themselves. They're not happy. They're not happy. Who's happy hoeing? That's a psychopath, man. You're made to have one man and go ahead and have kids and be happy, regardless of what you think about it. You don't know if you like it until you get it. You know, you might be thinking it's something strange, but watch when you actually get into it and live that life. That's why the world needs to be changed, man. The world needs to be changed. We need Yahweh Shai to put order on the planet Earth, man. This is 2 Timothy 3 and 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men, and it's going into women too, shall be lovers of themselves. And what happened? What she say here? I will love you. See?
Dreams. If I love myself enough,
If I love myself enough, read it again. And it says, verse 2. Verse 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters. That's these women. Proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, especially you Israelites. But if you talking to these women, oh my goodness, disrespectful, they want to fight for their rights. But what happens when they have their rights? If a man tries to say something to them, I'm not interested. I'm not this, because they're getting so much attention. They're garnering so much attention, which some of them are not deserving of that. But guess what? Men, because men aren't really worried about look, because that's why you have this simp culture. Because men really they just want some box and they'll do according to it. All right. But when you come to a higher class regal man, that's where you get to a man that says, look, I don't want a body count. I don't want a woman that's very promiscuous, because that makes the man like you. It devalues the man at the same time, because that's going to be his flesh. Because he goes in unto her, guess what? That man makes that woman a part of his flesh. But if that woman is promiscuous and she's been around, that's like, that's Goodwill box, man. That's Salvation Army box. It's just used. It's somebody else's that's been thrown away, and you go pick it up, and now she's trying to put that new label on it like it's brand new. See, that's the world we live in, man. It's pure madness. Okay. And then let's jump to the last precept. We're going to close on out. We ain't going to make this long at all. But I heard that, but it shows you the time that we are in the last days. And these women are very foreshadowing of that, with the way that they're conducting themselves through what? Through liberty, man. Through much liberty. All right. That's why Ecclesiasticus says what? The book of Sirach says, let's go ahead and pull that real quick. Let's pull that. Let's see let's go here. It's the book of Sirach 25 and verse 19. Sirach 25 and 19. And it reads, it says, compare. Let's go here. Read it here. It says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. That's why the Lord, you might be with a woman, and guess what? The Most High had that relationship fall apart, because guess what? The Lord knows her heart and knows that she's wicked. And guess what? That's why it says a wicked woman is given unto a wicked man. So if the Lord delivers you out of that situation, you have to thank Yahweh Shai, because he could have foreseen what would happen. Imagine you stay with that woman and you find that woman cheating. You lose it. You end up taking her life and yours and them dudes. That happens multiple times in Babylon. We can take story after story after story. So the Lord saved you from a heartache that could have caused pain that you couldn't have came back from, man. So that's just it. Leave it. I'm gonna leave it there. Lord willing, is edifying lesson. I just wanted to bring this out to show that we're at the last days. We're at the last trumpet is. We're just waiting for a few things to take place in Yahbashim Yahushua to regulate the planet Earth, and it's gonna be. There's a lot of damage is gonna come down, especially on these women that are very prideful. So the best advice is to settle down, pray, and pray and ask the Lord to bring you to a solid foundation. If it's in the lot for you. With that, I want to say, Call Haloyim Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Say, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Until next time, and more now than ever, keep faith. Shalom.